The day is today. Man United is taking on Bournemouth, and today we are obviously getting into how Man United players took part in the last training session of the United versus Bournemouth tie that's going to be played at Old Trafford today. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're only watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. And Rock and David is my name, and hope you guys are really having a fantastic stay wherever you are. And we obviously come in here to obviously bring you the latest news and information as far as everything is really concerned onto this beautiful channel of ours, that is the United Matters channel. And Eric Ten Hag is obviously geared up for this game, and all he wants is a win. And let's see which players were available at the Carrington as United took on the last training session at the Carrington training ground. Now, we are having Shola Shoreti, he's the guy. Then Maxi Oleyede in here for you. This is Hannibal coming in through, and he was with Dan Go. Dan Go is really one of the most brilliant players I'm going to hate to see from the Academy of Man United, and Kobe Menu. And it looks like Eric Ten Hag pairs them according to their age, and he's using these three to really gear up these two. That is Shola Shoreti and Maxi Oyedele, because these three have already gone ahead to make their Premier League debuts for the club of Man United. And I think Shola Shoreti made one of his under Ralf Rangnick, but ever since then he hasn't gone ahead to break through into the starting 11 of Man United. But when I see these three, that is Dango, Hannibal, and Kobe Menu, I see the future of Manchester United, and I can tell you the future is bright for the club of Manchester United. So those are the players that have gone ahead to graduate from the academy to coming through into the first team training sessions. There is this other defender, very tall, is known as Willy Kambwala. This guy is one of those that is being looked at as the next players to make it into the team of Man United, especially next season. And watch out on Willy Kambwala. He might make it through into the starting 11 of Man United next season. Ten Hag rates him highly. Now, here we have Kobe Menu. This is Amad Diallo, Rashford, and Rafael Varane. And the beauty of all this is to see to it that Amad Diallo is back. I'm really excited to see it that Amad Diallo is back to obviously coming through and take part into the training session of Man United, and we pray to it that he'll be ready very soon to play for the club of Manchester United. And if at all Anton has been playing like that, because for the previous 2-3 games Anton has been really electric and epic, how is he gonna look like when he knows he has a competitor that can obviously do better than him? Meaning that he's obviously going to give us more and more and more from himself, because this time around we are going to be having two left-footed players who can come in through and obviously do the needful for the club of Manchester United. Then Rafael Varane, one of the players that really missed out onto the game of Chelsea because of a sore back, but thank God he's back in the training sessions of Man United, and what a way to get excited about this French international as he comes in through to put in a shift for the club of Manchester United. And it's always nice to see it that he's back. And I think we might see a shocking start of Rafael Varane, by the way. That is it. We might see a shocking start of him, and we wait and see. John Evans also returning from injury, playing some limited minutes in the game of Chelsea, and he has been given another huge role at the club of Man United to obviously come in through and obviously start, and don't be surprised if I told you see Harry Maguire and John Evans start in the game of Bournemouth over the weekend. Then Anton Martial is really up and firing up to it that he obviously gets in the starting level of Man United, and he's going to have to keep himself fit, by the way, for the season ever since he returned from injury. He got injured towards the end of the season. He missed out on the FA Cup finale, and he returned to full fitness, when the season had already gone ahead to start. And I think he made his first start of the season when he was playing against Arsenal, and he really had to play some 60 minutes, and that's when Rasmus Højlund came in through and made his debut for the club of Manchester United. So he needs to really work hard because Man United are looking for another striker known as Guirossi. So for Guirossi, things are obviously really going on well for him, meaning that if Guirossi comes in through, then Anton Martial might be sold in the January transfer window or in the summer transfer window. Marcus Rashford all smiles at the training ground of Manchester United, and it's really positive to see him really wearing a smile, and we want to see to it that he gets back to the form he was on last season. Then Facundo Pellistri, Marcus Rashford and Rafael Varane obviously training to the fullest, and I just want to see Facundo Pellistri also being given more and more minutes at the club of Man United, because players like Facundo will come in through and obviously take you to the heavens. But Rashford looks like there is something disturbing him that we don't even know. Donny van de Beek. For Donny van de Beek, we all know where he's going. Donny van de Beek sorry about that. Donny van de Beek is one of those players that Ten Hag has failed to trust, and he wants them out. That is it. So we want to see him, and where he's going to go in January. Then San More from the academy, and Anton Martial obviously taking part into the first team training session of Manchester United. Then Kobe Menu, look at the touch, Kobe Menu getting his foot onto the ball as Rashford and Facundo Pellistri really looked on. He's just that kind of player that you really understand that unless he really messes up his talent or career, but he's really going to be one of the best midfielders in the world, and Man United is really very ready to welcome him into the big stages. Rashford on the run during the training session at Carrington ahead of the game of Bournemouth. John Evans, who returned to action against Chelsea, also on the run during that training session at Carrington. Then this is Key Plamy. This is a goalkeeper for Man United, another academy player that is training with the first team. Then Amad Diallo doing the needful, smiling and looking happy and fired up. What a way for him to return for the club of Manchester United. Then Atal Beindir training with Man United, and hope he really seizes his moment when Andrew Onana goes to the African Cup of Nations, because that's going to be a huge chance for him. This is Tom Heaton obviously going in to really stop those shots, and remember Ten Hag blocked his move to Luton Town, and this is Aaron Wan-Bissaka coming in through to obviously train the club of Man United, a player that never played any minute when you're beating Chelsea by 2-1 on Wednesday, and I think he's obviously going to start as Man United takes on Bournemouth, that is today at Old Trafford. But he's really a very good and cool guy, and United are willing to offer him a new contract, and Ten Hag is going to obviously transform him into a more improved player than how he was. And this is where we had a very big battle, Pellistri versus Donny van de Beek, during the training session that was being carried at Carrington. And I see Ben McCarthy behind them watching to see how Facundo Pellistri is going to take on Donny van de Beek. So for Facundo, I think the return of Amad Diallo just indicates that his minutes are going to be really limited at the club of Man United, and I think January won't be far off, to get him alone. But I would love him to stay, to obviously see to it that he goes ahead and obviously be played as a left attack midfielder, where Garnacho will play sometimes, because Garnacho can give you like some 70 minutes, then you bring on Facundo Pellistri, because he'll obviously get you the same intensity that Garnacho really gets you. And lastly, Hannibal, Anton Martial and John Evans doing the needful to see to it they obviously take on the mantle. So that was the footage that we're going to hit to get from the website of Man United as far as how United players geared up for the game of Bournemouth. Your predictions are welcome in the comment section below, and today we are obviously going to come in through with a fun prediction show. It's going to be live, I think, before lunchtime. We'll discuss about the club of Man United and what your thoughts are. Rokan David remains my name. May the living to God bless you abundantly. I sign out for now. See you later, as the Muslims. Barakallahu fikum. And don't forget to subscribe. I'm out. Good morning. And those that are planning to go to bed, good night, my mate.